we'll be talking about the cost of living in Chiang Mai. If you're new to my channel, hi guys, my name is Dian. I'm a digital nomad and I've been traveling full-time for the past year and a half. After been traveling to several different places, I think it's safe to say that Chiang Mai is probably my favorite city. Not just in Thailand, but everywhere I've traveled to so far. I've noticed that there's a lot of fellow expat and digital nomad who are also curious about the life here in Chiang Mai. And I've made a similar videos before in 2023, but honestly, now that I'm back here in 2025, there's a couple changes. That's why I'm making this updated video. So in this video, we'll cover everything from the visa requirement, accommodation, food, transportation, and everything in between. So let's dive in. First thing that you want to consider is obviously the visa requirement. Now, depending on how long you want to stay in Thailand, there's several different visas, but if it's your first time and you're not sure yet about staying in Thailand, the good news is starting from the end of 2024, the Thai government, they changed the visa regulation. So instead of like 30 days free visa, now you can get 60 days free visa, which will allow you to stay in the country for 2 months. And obviously here, it doesn't apply to every country, but majority of the passport holders, you'll get a 60 days free visa once you landed in Thailand. And this will give you plenty of time to explore around Thailand and find out which area do you like the most. I personally have been living in Chiang Mai, Koh Phangan, Bangkok. Yeah, those are the 3 areas where I stayed most of the time. So far, Chiang Mai is my favorite. If after 2 months you want to extend, then you can go to the immigration office and you can extend for another 30 days. This will cost 1,900 Thai baht. But if you need more time after that, then you can also do a border run. Last year, I did a border run to Laos, which is like pretty close from Chiang Mai. So you can take a half-day trip to Laos, and after that, you can return to Thailand and get another 30 days. But now I think you'll get another 60 days, which is plenty of time. But once you know that you really want to stay in Thailand, instead of like going back and forth, you can also apply for the DTV visa. This is basically the digital nomad visa. I wouldn't talk more about the details of this visa. You can just check it on the website. I will leave the link to the website for all the requirement and the process that you need to get DTV visa. Now, the next thing that we want to talk about is the SIM card. Fortunately, it's very convenient to get a SIM card here in Thailand. I would personally suggest you to get a Thai number if you know that you're going to stay in Thailand for a month or 2. But if you want to save a little, then my advice would be not to get your SIM card at the airport, because the markup can be higher at the airport. You can get your SIM card easily at the mall or at any of the SIM card shop. I personally went to Maya Mall, which is very close from where I was staying. The 2 provider that you can look into when you're in Thailand is AIS and also DTAC. I personally use DTAC and I have the 299 baht subscription per month. And so far the signal has been great. The internet connection has been stable. So I'm pretty satisfied with it. And now let's talk about the accommodation. There's 2 areas that I always recommend for people who want to stay in Chiang Mai. And the first one is Nomad area. This is the area where I stayed the first time I moved here to Chiang Mai. And personally, after exploring the different area, I still love that area the most. Nomad is more of the modern center, so you can find a lot of cafes, change your co-working space every now and then, get a new environment. There's a lot of like good food, restaurant, gym, and yeah, it's just very convenient. The other area that's very popular is the old city or old town. So basically when you go on Google Maps and you look at the map of Chiang Mai, you'll see this square, which is the old city, and this is where usually people would love to stay. Because I'm staying in old city this time, I just want to explore different area to get a better understanding of which area is the best. But yeah, I know a lot of people love this area, especially if you're just visiting for a short term. You can go to a lot of temple or Tapai Gate. They have a lot of street food and the night market around this area as well. But personally, to live long term, I find that this area can be a little bit too touristy, so that's why I prefer Nomad. But in terms of accommodation, I found out that accommodation in Nomad can be slightly more expensive compared to Old City. The reason why I think is most of the expats who live here long term would stay in in Niman area would stay in condo. Most of the accommodation that I found here in Old City is more like older condo or houses, which is also very nice if you want more space. I personally book all the accommodation via Airbnb, which can be slightly more expensive. But if you want to stay in Chiang Mai for up to 6 months or a year, you can go to Chiang Mai Facebook group. Usually they have a lot of listing for an apartment, and you can find a rent for around 10,000 to 15,000 per month, which is a very good deal. But this one from Airbnb, we're paying around 28,000 Thai baht for a 2-bedroom. So if you're staying with someone, with a friend, you can also split the cost, which I think can be also a really great alternative. Also, I know a lot of people are a little bit skeptical about booking from Facebook group, and I get it, like some people get scammed, and I totally understand the reason behind it, which is why I've been doing my research and I asked around, and I found out there's also another app that you can use to check out for the accommodation here in Chiang Mai, and it's called Property Hub. So you can go to the website, and it's the website called Property Hub. You can choose the property type that you prefer. For example, here, let's choose a condo. And you can also input your price range. And here you can find a lot of listings. Bear in mind, not all the seller here speak English, so that might be one of the challenge when you're booking from this website. And most of them require a 6-month to 1-year lease. So yeah, it's more applicable if you're planning to stay here for long term. But if you just want to book for a month, then I would still highly recommend to look on Airbnb. I also find that price range is slightly higher due to demand. Like this time around, I just noticed there are more people in Chiang Mai compared to early 2024. So yeah, you definitely want to book beforehand, especially if you're planning to stay in Chiang Mai during the high season. This usually go between November until January or February. Now, in terms of transportation, all across Thailand, it has been really convenient. You can use an app called Grab or Bolt, or you can also rent your own bike here. But what to keep in mind is they're very strict about renting the bike here, especially if you're a foreigner and you don't have a valid driving license. And I think this is also for a good cause because it prevents a lot of people who don't actually know how to ride a bike to driving the bike across the city. But for example, to rent a scooter before, it used to cost around 2,000 baht per month. But this year, we found that a lot of places are charging around 3,000 for the same type of bike. And for a full tank of gas, it usually costs around 100 baht. And if you don't drive, then yeah, just stick to Grab or Bolt. Bolt can be slightly cheaper sometimes, but not all the time. So if you want to be more frugal and save more, you can get both apps and just like compare the prices. Now let's talk about food in Chiang Mai. And oh my God, where do I begin? I feel like Chiang Mai probably one of the area that has the best food. If you're coming to Chiang Mai, make sure that you try khao soi or the coconut milk noodle. It was really good. And a bowl of khao soi itself usually costs around 60 baht. It really depends on where you're going, but street food in Chiang Mai is generally very affordable. Even like coming from Bangkok, I feel like there is a significant like price differences for food in Bangkok and Chiang Mai. I'll spend around like 780 or 90 baht or even 100 baht per meal. But here in Chiang Mai, you can easily find something for 40 to 50 Thai baht. Of course, if you're dining out, there's a mid-range restaurant or cafes. And if you go to these type of places, then coffee usually costs around 70 or 80 baht. And if you order something else, then it might add up to 200 up to 300 Thai baht per person. So for me, myself, I like to cook at home and I usually do my groceries from Macro. And yeah, that's my go-to because they have a wholesale price. So it's perfect if you cook at home, if you're staying in Thailand for a while. And the cool thing that I just found out is instead of just driving to Macro, you can actually get the app and you can get your groceries delivered to your home. Yeah, make sure that you don't skip the street food here in Chiang Mai, especially if you go to the weekend walking street. They have a lot of good options. One thing that I really like about Chiang Mai is they have a lot of market. For example, Chiang market, coconut market, the Sunday market, Saturday market. I even heard they have the Friday market, which I haven't checked out yet. But yeah, when you go to those market, you can try tons of different street food and they're usually pretty inexpensive. So for food itself, I spend around 17,000 baht per month. And this includes groceries and eating out. Now I also have a gym membership here. And for gym membership, I paid around 1,300 baht per month. And we just found out this new gym at Old City. It's called Pump Fitness 2.0. So they have another Pump Fitness. But yeah, it's a new gym with new equipment and a good space. I also saw a lot of people go to Muay Thai gym and take a Muay Thai class. I haven't really tried Muay Thai here, but usually one Muay Thai class costs 400 baht per session. Now the last expenses category that I have here is for beauty maintenance. I love Thailand for beauty maintenance, especially when I was in Bangkok. The amount of like the beauty clinic here is amazing, but I love getting my monthly facial, getting my nails done or my massage. There's just a lot of places to explore here in Thailand. If you're coming to Thailand and you didn't try Thai massage, you're missing out. So make sure that you get yourself a Thai massage. But yeah, for my self-care slash beauty maintenance, I usually spend around 3,000 Thai baht per month. So that's it for my monthly cost of living in Chiang Mai. I'll put the details over here so you guys can see the total. But yeah, I think for the quality of life that you get here, it's pretty amazing. Let me know if you guys are planning to move to Chiang Mai or like you want to check out Chiang Mai. Or if you have other cities that you love, feel free to share it in the comment section down below. And that's it for this video. Make sure you click the like button and subscribe to this channel, and I'll see you on my next one. Bye!